Welcome to the practical chapter-by-chapter summary of Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. Written during the Great Depression, this book offers 13 steps for achieving wealth by distilling principles from over 500 successful individuals, including Andrew Carnegie and Henry Ford. No matter your goal, money, fame, peace of mind, or happiness, join us as we explore the key principles, inspirational stories, and secret formulas that have helped millions achieve their dreams. Chapter 1. Introduction. Meet Edwin Barnes. He dreamed of being Thomas Edison's partner. With no money, no education, and no connections, he hopped on a freight train to meet Edison. Edison rejected his partnership proposal, but Barnes didn't give up. He started working in Edison's offices at a very nominal wage, determined to prove his worth. For 2 years, he observed and learned, waiting for his chance. When Edison invented the Ediphone and was looking for salespersons, Barnes seized the opportunity, pitching his idea to sell it. Barnes became Edison's successful partner, proving one can think and grow rich. Chapter 2. Desire. The first step toward riches. This is Blair Hill, the son of Napoleon Hill, born without ears. Doctors said that Blair would be deaf and mute for life, but Napoleon Hill was not a man to take impossible for an answer. He believed that a burning desire, fueled by faith, could achieve the unthinkable. Hill began to instill in Blair the belief that he could hear. He would tell bedtime stories, nurturing the idea that Blair was not limited by his condition. However, Hill knew that success stems not only from desire, but also from carefully organized plans that turn desire into action. The first breakthrough came with a simple Victrola. Drawn by curiosity, Blair bit down on the console and, through bone conduction, experienced music for the first time. Despite Blair's inability to hear his teachers unless they shouted loudly at close range, his parents insisted that he attend regular school. They believed that by being in a normal educational environment, Blair would continue to explore ways to overcome his limitations. In his final year of college, Blair tried a custom hearing aid. Miraculously, his hearing was restored. Overwhelmed with emotion, Blair called his mother, hearing her voice clearly for the first time. Along with the 13 theoretical principles in the book, Hill teaches a practical 6-step method to turn desire into riches. 1. Specify the exact amount you want. 2. Set a deadline for when you want to achieve it. 3. Describe what you will give in return for this amount. 4. Outline your plan to achieve it. 5. Write a clear statement of your plan. 6. Read it repeatedly every morning and night until you believe in it. Chapter 3. Faith. When Hill says believe, he means the process of thoughts entering from the conscious mind to the subconscious. The subconscious is the driving force toward success. It unconsciously shapes our beliefs, habits, and actions in any situation. When thoughts, mixed with emotions, especially faith, reach the subconscious mind, they influence our actions and outcomes. Therefore, it's essential to encourage positive thoughts and eliminate negative ones. Chapter 4. Autosuggestion. Autosuggestion is a tool to reprogram your subconscious mind for success by intentionally repeating thoughts mixed with emotions to embed them in the subconscious. This practice helps build self-confidence, resilience, and positive habits. Chapters 5 and 6. Specialized Knowledge and Imagination. In 1919, Henry Ford sued the Chicago Tribune for libel after the newspaper called him an ignorant pacifist. During the trial, the Tribune's attorney tried to prove Ford's ignorance by asking him basic historical questions. Attorney: Who was Benedict Arnold? Ford: A writer of some kind. Attorney: How many British soldiers were sent to America in 1776? Ford: I heard it was much larger than those who returned. After several similar questions, Ford, frustrated, finally responded, If I want to answer your foolish questions, I can push a button on my desk to summon to my aid men who can answer any question I desire. This story highlights the difference between two types of knowledge, general and specialized. General knowledge cannot generate income, whereas specialized knowledge has the power to do so. However, the person who accumulates a fortune does not need to possess specialized knowledge themselves. They only need to know how to find it. Since people are actively seeking specialized knowledge and are willing to pay for it, Hill recommends offering services that leverage this expertise. Today, we refer to these as expert businesses or info products. Specialized knowledge alone will not lead to wealth. It must be paired with imagination to spark ideas and then channeled into practical action plans for accumulating riches. Let's delve into how you can cultivate the genius of imagination. There are two kinds of imagination: synthetic and creative. Synthetic imagination. This type arranges old concepts, ideas, or plans into new combinations. Creative imagination. This type lets the mind connect with a higher power, which Hill calls infinite intelligence, to get inspired. Here's how genius inventors begin their inventions, and how you can too. 1. Organize and combine known ideas. Start by using the synthetic faculty to organize and combine existing knowledge and ideas. If this information proves insufficient, proceed to the next step. 2. Draw inspiration from the creative faculty. Engage in the following process to stimulate creativity. Mind stimulation. Elevate your mental vibrations by using one or more mind stimulants, which we'll explore shortly. Concentration. Focus on the known aspects of the invention and create a mental picture of the unknown aspects. Maintain this focus until your subconscious mind takes over. Mind clearing. Relax and wait for the answer to flash into your mind. What is mind stimulation and how can it be achieved? Let's explore the process from a different perspective. Step 1. The synthetic faculty involves organizing known ideas from the conscious mind with the imagination to produce new ideas. Step 2. When the mind is stimulated, the subconscious can inspire the imagination to produce genius ideas. Napoleon Hill identifies 10 mind stimulants that can fuel creativity, though not all in a positive way. 8 are constructive: sexual desire, love, ambition for fame or wealth, music, friendship, mastermind groups, shared suffering, and auto-suggestion. However, fear and the use of narcotics and alcohol can also stimulate creativity, but often in destructive and limiting ways. Sex desire, the strongest mind stimulant, is explored in depth in Chapter 11. Sex desire is so powerful that people are willing to risk their lives and reputations to satisfy it. When driven by this emotion, individuals become endowed with a superpower for action. Successful people often have strong sexual natures and the ability to convert this energy into creativity and productivity, a process known as sex transmutation. To achieve genius, men need to learn to control and redirect their sexual energy. In today's world, with its many temptations, this requires willpower, new habits, and the elimination of old behaviors. Chapters 7 and 10. Organized planning and power of the mastermind. Plans for accumulating money must be well organized in both planning and application. Creating effective plans is challenging due to the need for diverse skills and knowledge. Hill's solution is the Mastermind Alliance, which leverages collective expertise. Here's how to build your own Mastermind Alliance in 4 steps. 1. Collaborate with experts. Gather individuals with complementary skills. 2. Define compensation. Clearly outline the benefits for each member. 3. Arrange meetings. Meet at least twice a week. 4. Foster harmony. Create a positive environment for all members. Executing the plan. Success often involves an iterative process of trial and error. Hill advises the following steps. Adapt and refine. If a plan fails, don't give up. Create a new one and keep going until you achieve success. Learn from setbacks. Treat temporary defeats as valuable learning opportunities. Persist. Keep refining your approach and stay committed to your goals. Personal qualities. Success requires not only a good plan, but also the right person to execute it. Hill provides assessments and checklists to identify and address personal weaknesses like indecisiveness and lack of persistence, as well as to develop leadership qualities such as vision and effective communication. The environment that supports execution. A supportive business environment is crucial. Hill highlights America's capitalism as a system that empowers individuals and businesses to accumulate wealth. Chapters 8 and 9. Decision and persistence. Henry Ford had 2 habits that helped him accumulate wealth. The first habit is about making decisions. An analysis of several hundred people who had accumulated fortunes well beyond the $1 million mark disclosed that every one of them had the habit of reaching decisions promptly and changing these decisions slowly, if at all. People who fail to accumulate money without exception have the habit of reaching decisions very slowly, if at all, and changing these decisions quickly and often. Procrastination, the opposite of decision, is a common enemy that practically every person must conquer. If you wish to acquire the habit of making prompt decisions: 1. Keep your eyes and ears wide open and your mouth closed. 2. Don't listen to people who give uneducated opinions. The second habit of Ford is illustrated in the story of the 8-cylinder engine. When Ford decided to produce his famous V8 motor, he chose to build an engine that had never been seen before. We need to upgrade our current 4-cylinder engines to 8-cylinder ones, and they must be cast as a single unit, ordered Ford. The engineers agreed, to a man, that it was simply impossible. Ford said, "Produce it anyway." "But," they replied, "it's impossible." "Go ahead," Ford commanded, "and stay on the job until you succeed, no matter how much time is required." 6 months went by, nothing happened. Another 6 months passed, and still nothing happened. The engineers tried every conceivable plan to carry out the orders, but the thing seemed out of the question. Impossible! At the end of the year, Ford checked with his engineers, and again they informed him they had found no way to carry out his orders. "Go right ahead," said Ford. "I want it, and I'll have it." They went ahead, and then, as if by a stroke of magic, the Ford determination had won once more. Hill outlines 4 steps to develop persistence. 1. A definite purpose backed by a burning desire. 2. A definite plan expressed in continuous action. 3. A mind closed to negative influences. 4. A friendly alliance with encouraging individuals. Chapters 12, 13, 14. The subconscious mind, the brain, and the sixth sense. In the last 3 steps to riches, Hill explores how the brain processes thoughts, transforming them into riches through the power of the subconscious mind, the sixth sense, and infinite intelligence. First, let's look at the finite mind. This is where it all begins. The mind generates emotional thoughts. These thoughts are charged with feelings and desires, making them powerful. Next, these emotional thoughts move to the subconscious mind. Think of it as a sending station that broadcasts thoughts into the ether, just like a radio, which connects to infinite intelligence. Infinite intelligence is the ultimate source of wisdom and insight. The subconscious mind sends out thoughts, and infinite intelligence sends back intuitive hunches or inspirations. Here's where the sixth sense comes into play. The subconscious mind, combined with the sixth sense, also known as creative imagination, acts as a receiving set for these hunches. This allows tapping into infinite intelligence for guidance. Finally, by acting on these hunches with an organized plan and the right habits, as described in the previous steps, it is possible to manifest them into real-world riches. This is how thoughts, when properly aligned and acted upon, lead to success and wealth. Chapter 15. How to Outwit the 6 Ghosts of Fear. In Chapter 15, Napoleon Hill stresses the importance of preparing mentally before pursuing the 13 steps to riches. He discusses the 6 ghosts of fear: poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, and death that can hinder success. These fears, rooted in our subconscious, are mental barriers that can be controlled. Hill advises regular self-analysis to identify and confront these fears and encourages replacing them with positive emotions like faith, love, and courage to build mental resilience and overcome obstacles on the path to success. Last words. We've reached the end of our summary, but there's so much more to discover in the full book. When you immerse yourself in it, you'll learn how to burn bridges to develop a burning desire, the invisible counselor's technique for guidance from imagined mentors, the importance of love and romance in business success, the role of high-frequency vibrations in subconscious activity, the hidden expert business framework, and the complete formula of Think and Grow Rich. The Immersive Edition of Think and Grow Rich is the only one that includes doodles and diagrams, plus exclusive video lessons from 13 top mentors like Tony Robbins, Bob Proctor, and Russell Brunson, application worksheets, and access to a reader group to help you transform your life. Don't miss out on these invaluable resources. Purchase the book today and start your journey to success.